Hey everybody out there, welcome to the show this week. Super thrilled to have this great psych band from LA on the show for you. They made a bunch of tunes in a very short period of time. We caught up with them during a matinee show at the Commodore. This is episode 134 of In It to Spin It with Juan. So we'll get into a little parcel time here. This one actually, I own this now because of a recommendation from a previous episode from a Vancouver band called Cave Girl. One of the members had just been to Germany, found out about this band, Diat or Diat, I'm not even sure how you pronounce it. Their debut album is on Iron Lung Records. It's called Positive Energy. It's like I said, from Berlin. They do speak in English, sing in English. The first track is amazing. It's kind of like spoken word. But it's like post-punk, dark. You can see that song Toonie there. She mentioned that in the interview. Kind of a Canadian connection there. But yeah, dark, brooding, minimalist tracks, great guitar stuff. Really enjoying this a lot. Also comes with a nice full-size book with lyrics. Put together a little collage style. Great stuff coming out of Germany here. I would definitely recommend checking that one out. And another band with a famous German connection is the Beatles, the White Album. This is Cory Hansen's favorite album from Wand, lead singer who is interviewed in this show. He said this album is the reason he picked up a guitar after he heard this. It's a numbered edition, Canadian, 2-disc of course, probably the most famous double rock album of all time. What's nice about this one is that it is complete. You've got the 4 portraits there, the giant fold-out poster with lyrics on the back. Pretty nice little package to find for $1. And some more inspiration coming from, in terms of Cory, Edgar Froese, lead singer of Tangerine Dream, a solo record there, and then into some Tangerine Dream stuff. I know Cory has said that this influenced him greatly, so it's kind of neat to see a little background. Fripp and Eno also. Fripp, of course, from King Crimson. This gives you an idea of where Juan's coming from. Neu, essential German krautrock, and Edgar Froese solo albums again. He passed away actually in 2015. Some stuff there for you to check out if you haven't heard it. It's really unbelievably good stuff there. So Mac Demarco was in town playing 2 sold-out shows at the Commodore, one on the 30th and one on Halloween matinee all-ages show. We met up with Cory from Wand after his impressive, crushing set with the band. So let's check it out. Sold out show, Mrs. Roper, Zombie Bearded Lady, and Zombie Harlequin and myself made our way to Mac Demarco. We'd had these tickets for 5 or 6 months waiting for this one. Things got crazy in the Commodore that night, but somehow we made it back to the scene of the crime just 12 hours later. Bleary-eyed with headaches, Wand was just the wake-up call we needed. Hey everyone out there, we are sort of outside the Commodore here on Halloween with a member of a great band coming out of LA making heavy swirling psych stuff, recording at a prolific rate. This is Cory from One. Say hi to everybody out there, man.
Hello.
Just saw the matinee set on a bill with Mac Demarco and Alex Calder.
Yeah.
It was awesome, man. Really good energy.
Thank you.
You guys killed it up there, blew some young minds for sure. We catch you in the middle of a grueling schedule. You just said you hadn't slept in a long time. You're on 7 straight shows.
Yep.
How you guys holding up?
Good.
Yeah.
Need coffee.
Yeah. Need coffee.
Yeah. Trying to have a good time.
Yeah. Don't play many matinee shows, right? It's kind of weird.
No, I think this is our second one.
Ever? Nice.
Ever.
Okay, let's get into the tunes. Ganglion Relief
I like that.
came out 2014, and then 7 months later, Golem drops Punishing, Heavy, Crushing, Listen, and then 6 months later, we have your new record, 1,000 Days. Hope I got all those numbers right. So that's just over a year and a bit, 3 records of amazing music. Talk about sort of the ride. I mean, so much has happened for you so quickly. Just how has this creative outburst come about, these tunes?
I don't know. It seems pretty natural for us.
Yeah.
We work pretty quickly, we work really consistently.
Yeah.
When we're home, we write and record, and then we go out on tour and
You do it all over
play
again.
music.
And I read somewhere you guys got like kind of addicted to that, writing and just making a record.
Yeah, well, as a form of meager subsistence in terms of the little amount of the small amount of money that we make, it kind of has to perpetuate.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll find ourselves stuck in a rut.
Yeah.
Psychologically and monetarily.
Yeah. Okay, so you gotta keep it fresh, keep it going.
Yeah.
So 1,000 Days is just over 1 month old now. Let's talk about that album, the title. Where does that come from? What does that mean?
I don't know.
2.7 years. I googled it.
I think that well, we wrote a song called 1,000 Days.
Yeah.
And then we had a 5-minute conversation about what to name the record, and that was the idea of naming it after the song, and then we were all like, yeah, that sounds good. It sounds appropriate. I think that we're pretty. I mean, it kind of feels like an homage to, or a tribute to the process of making a record.
Yeah.
Making a historical document of what we've been doing and thinking about, and eating and drinking and screaming and playing and listening to, and where we've been living. It's a way of condensing all of that time into 2.7 years or whatever.
Nice. Process for this record, right?
Yeah.
You really had a hands-on feel. So just quickly touch on that sort of aspect of the difference between Golem and Ganglion with this record.
Well, Ganglion Reef we recorded in a home studio in San Pedro.
Yeah.
Called Cali Mucho.
Okay.
And that's run by some people from this band White Knight, and that are affiliated with Recess Records.
Okay.
And the second record was recorded at the the dock in Sacramento. Yeah. By Chris Woodhouse.
Yeah.
And that was like probably the most professional recording experience any of us had ever had, where there was like a schedule and a deadline, and we just tracked it all, and then we were in for a week, and then we left with a record, and that was it. And with 1,000 Days, we really wanted to do something that had a little more flexibility to it on our part, where we didn't have to like leave.
You didn't want to go, you didn't have to go, type of thing.
Exactly, and if nothing worked out, then that was okay.
Yeah.
Like, so we had a kind of economic record-making process where we just recorded in our practice space to save money, and then spent like our budget on recording in or mixing and overdubbing in a studio. And that part was really, if addicting is a word being tossed around, that part was really being able to run an analog board is pretty exhilarating.
Something you'll continue to do in the future?
I think so. Yeah. I think that might be my favorite place musically. It's not really playing an instrument or singing or anything, but it's just controlling all the auxiliary machines and hardware. And I'm not like a tech person per se, or I don't drool over hardware or anything, but having sound coming off of tape running through this matrix of machinery that's massaging and like sculpting the sound is a pretty cool feeling, especially when you're drinking a lot of coffee. And
Nice. No, you can tell just by you talking like that, it's a passion, obviously. That's really good. Speaking of piece of gear, or you'd say you're not a gear guy, but just I saw a lot of people wondering about some of the tones and effects you get. So maybe your favorite pedal that's giving you your best guitar tone. There was a really crazy one in the last song, that really like chunky, fuzzy one.
Yeah, that's all this Eventide pedal. Okay. It's just an Eventide pitch factor. It's I'm finding myself very reliant on it sonically.
Yeah. Okay.
It kind of fills a lot of space, and it's also pretty what's the word? Intrusive, or it just kind of cuts through everything, and it has like really odd characteristics or character to the tone.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Eventide pitch factor.
There you go.
And the fuzz pedal I use is a Death by Audio Fuzz World. So
nice.
Go pick one up.
I mentioned a grueling tour schedule and a release schedule that's huge. What is 2016 going to bring for you guys?
That's the question, I guess, for us as well. We're we're going to get home and pick up where we left off, writing and recording, and see where it takes us. I think that we're trying to give ourselves a little more creative elbow room than we've had, and it's a little more feasible for us to like work in that space now than it was before. So probably gonna just take it slightly more time to make it follow up. But I don't. I mean, we're all pretty impatient, and are just really. I mean, we've been talking about getting back in the studio since we left
the studio.
In February. So.
Well, congrats, man. It's a great album, 1,000 Days. I really love the track Dovetail, and Passage of the Dream is just gorgeous. So everyone should check those out, and thanks for doing it, man. Best of luck. It's great to see you guys live.
Thank you.